Yokosuka Naval Arsenal was one of 4 principal naval shipyards owned and operated by the Imperial Japanese Navy, and was located at Yokosuka, Kanagawa Prefecture on Tokyo Bay, south of Yokohama. History. In 1866, the Tokugawa shogunate government established the Yokosuka Seisakusho, a military arsenal and naval base, with the help of foreign engineers, including the French naval architect Élie Auquet-Verney. The new facility was intended to produce modern, Western-style warships and equipment for the Tokugawa Navy. The construction of the arsenal was an important first step for the modernization of Japan's industry. Modern buildings, an aqueduct, foundry, brick factories, technical schools to train Japanese technicians were established. After the Boshin War and the Meiji Restoration, the new Meiji government took over control of the facility in 1871, renaming it the Yokosuka Zosenjo. The first dry dock was opened in 1871, and is still in operation today. Japan's first domestically produced warship, Psyche, was completed the same year. The Yokosuka Naval District was established at Yokosuka, Kanagawa in 1884, as the first of the naval districts responsible for the defense of the Japanese home islands, and the Yokosuka shipyards was renamed the Yokosuka Naval Arsenal in 1903. Japan had purchased 5 submarines from the Electric Boat Company during the Russo-Japanese War. These Holland Type 7 submarines were built by Arthur Leopold Bush as he traveled to Japan during this time. Mr. Bush was a naval architect and shipbuilder who represented the newly organized company now located at the Quincy, Massachusetts shipyard known as the Four River Ship and Engine Company. These first 5 submarines became Japan's initial entry into the theater of underwater warfare that began nearly the same time as the outbreak of the Russo-Japanese conflict. Another representative of Electric Boat, Frank Cable, an electrician working for Isaac L. Rice's company, trained 2 Japanese crews in the operation of such craft. Arthur Bush was also the man responsible for building the United States Navy's first submarine some 5 years before this time for the Holland Torpedo Boat Company. This was named the US Holland and was America's first commissioned craft type. 2 additional Holland-designed submarines were built for Japan by 1906 under contract and a licensing agreement with Holland's company back in 1905. These pioneering submarines progressively got larger and larger as time went on, climaxing by the end of the Cold War. In 1909, Japan's first domestically designed and produced battleship, Satsuma, was launched. Yokosuka became one of the main shipyards of the Imperial Japanese Navy in the 20th century, building numerous battleships such as Yamashiro, and aircraft carriers such as Hiryu and Shokaku. Naval aircraft were designed at the nearby Yokosuka Naval Air Technical Arsenal. During the Pacific War, the Yokosuka Naval Arsenal was attacked by 1 bomber during the Doolittle Raid on the 18th of April 1942 and by a large force of carrier aircraft during the attack on Yokosuka on the 18th of July 1945. The facilities were seized by the Allied forces at the end of World War II, and on the 15th of October 1945 the Yokosuka Naval Arsenal was officially abolished. However, the facilities continued to be used in the post-World War II period by the United States Navy as the Yokosuka Ship Repair Facility, and its former property is now under the control of the United States Fleet Activities Yokosuka. A steam hammer from the former Yokosuka Naval Arsenal is on display at the Verney Commemorative Museum in Yokosuka.